Hello and welcome back to the channel Broadside. Everything is official now, so let's revisit Assassin's Creed Mirage and what that game is set to look like. The Ubisoft Forward event a few days ago gave us quite a bit of information to swallow, but I'll keep this just focused on Mirage. The hooded figure we've seen is in fact Basim from Assassin's Creed Valhalla, an interesting figure to say the least, and one that should make for a compelling storyline in my opinion. What has also been confirmed is that this game will begin 20 years before the beginning of Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Now, that game begins in 872, and so with some quick maths, we should awake in 852 AD. To quickly recap, we are now entering the third oldest AC game, after AC Odyssey and AC Origins, and as before mentioned, just before Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Interestingly, we are 339 years before the events of the original Assassin's Creed. It also gives Basim about 9 years before the stuff hits the fan with the assassination of the 10th Abbasid Caliph. Now let's set expectations for this upcoming title. Here's what we know. The basic edition pre-order price is $49.99. Ubisoft also mentions that this game was built as an homage to the first Assassin's Creed games. Mirage pays tribute to the series' roots. They also mention that there will be a shorter, more narrative-driven game than recent entries in the series, and that Basim will be struggling with nightmarish visions. So expectation should be that the world is much smaller than the previous games in the series. This implies only a handful of cities at most, and we know only of Baghdad and Alamat thus far. There will be a clear narrative, Ubisoft has a story it would like to tell, and that mythology will still be involved as players of AC Valhalla, and those familiar with Basim and what he is will know. Now for me, this is all an exciting prospect. I've loved pretty much every Assassin's Creed game, but the originals will always have a special place in my heart. The recent games have been excellent, but just a bit too much game for my taste. For example, I have over 150 hours in Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and still have many quests unfinished, unexplored areas, and have no clue what happened at the beginning of the game, or in most of the districts I've claimed. Anyway, back to Mirage. As long as players set their expectations to playing a modern version of Assassin's Creed 1, 2, or Brotherhood, then I think they will find this upcoming title quite satisfying. There are a few things in particular I'm excited to see. I won't go into too much detail, but here they are. Whether you call it the House of Wisdom or the Grand Library of Baghdad, doesn't matter much. Either way, we're gonna see it. Ranked number 2 on my unofficial lost masked sources of knowledge, right behind the Library of Alexandria, the House of Wisdom was either a major Abbasid academy/intellectual center or a private collection belonging to the Caliph, depending on your source. Now, depending on Ubisoft sources, we will be able to see a representation of one of the greatest collections of knowledge in history. Unfortunately, the House of Wisdom and its contents were destroyed in the Siege of Baghdad in 1258. So this is the only way we're going to see it. The round city of Baghdad is the original core of this ancient city, built by Al-Mansur in 762 to 766. It's reported that 100,000 workers and craftsmen built this circular design city that was split into 4 districts, and this is what Baghdad will look like to us when we join the game. The Palace of the Golden Gate was the official caliphal residence in Baghdad at the beginning. We should see this once proud building in a bit of a transition period, which is one of my favorite things to see, historical structures in periods outside their prime. And with that, I just want to leave with thank you so much for watching. Leave a like if you liked the video, and check us next time for more Assassin's Creed content.